Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so today we will learn the third factors that affect the formation of product in electrolysis. Okay, the third product that we are going to learn today is type of electrode. Okay, type of electrode. As you can see, we have two diagrams. Okay, the first diagram using copper plate as anode and cathode, and the solution used is copper to sulfate solution. And the second diagram use carbon electrodes, also the electrolyte is copper to sulfate solution. Okay, so kita boleh tengok perbezaan di antara kedua-dua electrolytic cell is type of electrode. Okay, jenis logam yang jenis electrode yang digunakan. Okay, for type of electrode, okay, we look at anode. This factor is only considered for active electrodes, example copper or silver. Okay, maksudnya type of electrode ni untuk anode kita hanya consider untuk active electrode saja, for example copper or silver Ag. Okay, so dalam diagram number 1 ni, diagram yang pertama dia guna copper plate. Okay, so untuk diagram 1 ini kita akan discuss the product form by using the third factor type of electrode. Okay, so if we use copper plate, no ions are discharged. Okay, no anion are discharged. Okay, tidak ada anion yang akan discharge. Sebaliknya, okay, metal atom at the anode release electrons to form metal ion. Okay, yang akan berlaku ialah copper atom di sini, Cu, dia akan release electron to form metal ion. Okay, copper atom dekat copper plate ini dia akan release electron release. Okay, manakala dia akan membentuk copper ion, dan copper ion tu masuk ke dalam larutan. Okay, after a few moment you will see the copper plate becomes smaller and smaller, becomes thinner. Okay, at the cathode we still use more positive or less negative anode value. Okay, jadi kalau awak lihat dalam ketiga-tiga factor cathode ni, nak determine product form, kita sentiasa tengok anode value. Okay, cation with more positive or less negative will be easier to be discharged and reduced. Okay, so ini eksperimen yang sepatutnya kita buat lah, dan insyaAllah kita akan buat nanti. Cuma saya nak awak buat sedikit pembetulan, okay, dalam modul lah. Activity 9.4D ni awak ubah material dengan apparatusnya. Okay, yang dalam modul tu silap sikit. Okay, silap banyak lah dekat material and apparatus. So awak ubah yang itu. Okay, so kita akan discuss the first electrolytic cell, yang mana dia guna carbon electrode and copper to sulfate. So tengok, electrode dia bukan active electrode. Okay, dia cuma guna carbon. So we will use the first factor, which is anode value, to determine the product at anode and cathode. So the first factor is anode and ions with more negative or less positive value. Cathode, cation with a more positive or less negative anode value. Okay, so ini kita akan gunalah. Okay, so untuk observation kita akan lihat colorless gas bubbles are released at the anode. Okay, this one is anode. So awak akan nampak, okay, colorless gas bubble are released at anode. So that is oxygen gas is produced. At the cathode, brown solid deposited at the cathode. Okay, awak akan nampak brown solid deposited. Okay, so that is the observation. Now we will discuss the reaction at anode and cathode. Okay, for anions, okay, at the anode, anions with less positive inert value will be discharged. Okay, an ion with a more negative or less positive inert value will be discharged. So kita lihat between OH negative, okay, OH negative and sulfate SO42 negative. Look at the inert value. Which one is less positive? Of course, it's hydroxide ion. Okay, so anions present is hydroxide and sulfate, but only one anion will be discharged, which is hydroxide, because the inert value of hydroxide ion is less positive than sulfate ion. Hydroxide ion is more easier to be discharged and undergoes oxidation. Hydroxide ion donate electrons to form water and oxygen. So the half equation, 4OH produce 2H2O plus O2 plus 4E. Oke, ada satu cara lah, oke. Nah, ingat ini pun di-share oleh Cikgu Marzatul. Oke. 4OH, 4 orang hijau. Oke. Produce 2H2O, bawa 2 tong air. H2O air, 2 tong air. Tambah 1 oksigen, oke. 1 tangki oksigen, O2. Tambah 4 apple, okay, 4 electron. Nah, itu salah satu cara lah untuk kita ingat. Okay, so at cathode, okay, we have 2 anion, 2 cation, hydrogen ion and copper 2 ion. So at the cathode, cations with more positive or less negative will be easier to be discharged. So kita lihat which one is more positive. Okay, copper 2 ion Cu2 plus is more positive inert value. So inert value of copper 2 is more positive than hydrogen ion. Copper 2 is more easier to be discharged and undergoes reduction. Receive electron to form copper metal. Okay, half equation. So copper ion Cu2 plus accept electron. Okay. Receive electron to produce copper atom. Okay, observation, brown solid deposited, products is copper metal. Okay, another observation that we need to discuss is the color of solution. Okay, copper to sulfate is blue color. Okay, so after a few moments, after 30 minutes, you can see the blue color of solution becomes paler ataupun faded. Okay, dia semakin pudar. So kenapa color dia semakin pudar? The concentration of copper to ions decreases because copper ion discharge to form copper atom. Okay, yang menyebabkan warna biru dalam copper to sulfate tu ialah copper ion. Okay, bila copper ion discharge, maksudnya concentration of copper ion dalam solution akan semakin kurang. Lama-lama lepas beberapa jam, awak akan dapati color of solution tu becomes more colorless lah, menjadi semakin jernih, tidak berwarna. Okay, sebab ion coppernya dah makin sedikit-sedikit dan telah pun discharge at cathode. Okay. So what if we use copper plate as anode and cathode? So we will use type of electrode anode. Okay, this factor is considered for active electrodes only, copper and silver. No anions are discharged. Metal atoms at the anode release electrons to form metal ion. Maksudnya di sini dekat anode, okay, copper atom, copper plate ni, copper kan, Cu, dia akan release elektron, okay, elektron tu release through wire, and copper atom will become copper ion. Copper ion tu masuk dalam solution. Okay, copper plate is an active electrode. At the anode, copper becomes an active electrode. Okay, so what happened at cathode? At anode, sorry. Okay, copper atoms become copper ion. Copper ion dissolve in solution. Okay, observation at the anode, copper plate becomes thinner. Okay, awak akan dapati ataupun smaller lah. Copper plate itu become smaller ataupun semakin nipis. So produk yang terbentuk dekat copper plate tu is copper to ion. Okay, we still have an ion in the solution, hydroxide ion and sulfate ion. But okay, because the type of electrode that we use is copper, which is active electrode, so copper plate at the anode is an active electrode. No anions are discharged. Copper atom release electrons to form copper to ion. Copper atom undergoes oxidation. Okay, jadi sebab itulah copper plate dekat anode tu lama-lama jadi thinner, semakin nipis ataupun smaller, semakin kecil. Okay, so kalau dibiarkan lama-lama nanti habislah copper plate dekat anode tu. Okay, at the cathode dia masih samalah observation, brown solid deposited at the electrode, ataupun kita boleh juga tulis copper plate becomes thicker. Okay, semakin menebal. Because we use copper kan, yang ion yang discharge pun copper kan. So terbentuk copper atom dekat copper plate. Kita boleh juga tulis copper plate becomes thicker. So what happened at cathode? Macam tadilah, okay, kita determine which cation with a more positive or less negative inert value. So of course it's copper ion. More positive than hydrogen ion, easier to be discharged and undergoes reduction, receive electron to form copper metal. Okay, half equation at cathode. Okay, what about the color of solution? Okay, we still use copper to sulfate, which is blue solution. Is the solution remains blue ataupun dia becomes paler? Okay, the blue color of solution still the same. Okay, masih tidak berubah warnanya, masih sama. The rate of formation of copper to ion at anode and the rate of formation of copper atom at cathode is equal. Therefore, the concentration of copper to ion remain unchanged. Okay, warnanya tidak berubah. Okay, sebab kepekatan concentration of copper ion tu tidak berubah. Sebab apa tidak berubah? Sebab dekat anode dia produce copper ion. Dekat cathode, copper ion tu discharge semula menjadi copper atom. Maksudnya rate of formation of copper ion dengan formation of copper atom tu dia seimbang, equal. Copper ion masuk dalam solution, copper ion juga keluar daripada solution. Cuma dekat elektrod yang berbeza. So maksudnya concentration of copper ion dalam solution tu masih sama, tidak berubah. Satu masuk, satu keluar, satu masuk, satu keluar. Okay. Okay, so ini result, ruangan result dan discussion untuk awak isi. Okay, apa yang kita dah bincang tadi, itulah yang kita isi ke dalam bahagian ini ya. Ini tugasan awak lah. Lengkapkan bahagian ini dalam modul yang telah disediakan. Okay, saya cuma beri bahagian untuk carbon electrode untuk discussion. Untuk copper electrode, cuba fikirlah. Sebab, yalah, tadi kita dah bincang, so awak buat yang ini. Okay, ini juga ion move to anode untuk cell 1 yang guna carbon electrode. Okay, untuk cell 2 yang guna copper electrode, adakah ada ion move to anode? Because we use copper kan, copper is active electrode. So dekat anode, no anion is discharged. Ion move to anode pun tak adalah. Half equation, so awak kena fikir active electrode dekat anode, copper. Reason, okay, terangkan ni. Tadi kita dah bincang. Okay, untuk color, blue color of solution becomes paler in cell 1 as mentioned. The concentration of copper to ion decreases because copper to ion discharge to form copper atom. Dekat cell 2, blue color of solution still the same. The rate of formation of copper to ion at anode and the rate of formation of copper atom at cathode is equal. Therefore, the concentration of copper to ions remains unchanged. Okay, tidak berubah. So, itu sahaja penerangan tentang the third factor, type of electrode. Okay, jadi awak tolong lengkapkan ruangan ini ya dalam modul awak. Itu saja, sekian, terima kasih.